Hallo zusammen, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Tales of Berseria. So, dann wollen wir mal, wir sollen ja nach Logres. Hier vorne ist momentan alles gesperrt. Reden wir mal gerade mit der Wache hier. Die Danan-Fernstraße ist im Norden gesperrt. Einen weiteren peinlichen Angriff auf den empirischen Thron wird die Armee auf keinen Fall dulden. Gut, dann müssen wir halt irgendwie anders hinkommen. Dann wählen wir jetzt den Weg hier unten rum und schauen mal, ob wir da irgendwie in Richtung Logres kommen können. Auf jeden Fall ist hier der Weg schon mal offen.
The blood-winged butterflies operate in the Empire's shadows. Not even the Abbey knows their full scope beyond whispers and rumor. And you all have a connection to them, don't you?
Dark and interconnected is the underworld. We've heard voices in the shadows, glimpsed faces behind paper-thin masks.
The attack on High Priest Gideon. Was that at their behest?
Yeah, the Bloodwings asked us to take him out.
We did it in exchange for information that could lead us to Artorias.
Information? You would assassinate a man for mere information?
Yes, information on the shepherd who rules the world. Not a bad deal if you ask me.
We just work with them when our interests align. Nothing more.
That's the kind of thin justification I'd expect to hear from them, too.
But the Bloodwings were acting upon knowledge that the High Priest was harming the people of this city.
You're right. The incident with the nectar was the Church's failing. And it seems that the Bloodwing Butterfly Network goes further and deeper than we had thought.
They knew about the barrier at the throne, too.
And Velvet's expertise at dove mimicry.
Would you stop bringing that up?
Dove mimicry? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
There was a dove near the dock checkpoint. That's all.
Huh?
Right! It was a black, full-chested dove, wasn't it? Cuckoo!
A black, full-chested dove? Is that some sort of underworld code word?
Erinnert ihr euch noch an die Folge? Ich habe keine Ahnung mehr, welches war, aber es war, ich kann Velvet verstehen, dass sie sich geschämt hat.
Here we are, back in Logres. It was a lot tougher to get in the first time.
More funny than tough, if you ask me.
Oh, you mean Velvet's little dove act? Coo, coo!
I'd be careful teasing her if I were you. You know how she can get.
Oh, don't act like you didn't enjoy it too. I'm sure you did, right? Good little boys don't lie to adults, you know.
I might have. Just a little.
Say it like a dove.
It was funny. Coo, coo.
War schon wieder hier ein Gespräch. Wahnsinn.
Is Inominat's book so difficult? Grimoire seemed perplexed by it.
Yeah. She said it was written in ancient Avarost, a language that uses Impressionist script.
I've never heard of Impressionist script.
Each character can have many different meanings and readings, depending on the emotion it's expressing and the way it relates to the characters around it. Some modest records on its grammar and structure survive, but none that say how to read the emotion the characters express. Grimoire said that you have to recreate the writer's feelings as a sort of starting point in order to read it.
I see. And you have a talent for that sort of thing?
I guess I do.
But a script based on emotions? That's as far removed from modern language as can be.
Yeah, it's completely unrelated apparently.
How can it be completely unrelated?
After the temperance of Avarost, the entirety of human civilization vanished. The language went with it.
Much as a blooming flower loses its petals. The Avaros civilization grew too far and came to its final end. The surviving buildings and ancient tools, the likes of which our technology cannot replicate, were the beginning of that end.
In any case, it sounds like deciphering that writing will take quite a while.
Ja, vor allen Dingen, wenn da so viel mit Interpretationen ist, was man gar nicht so wirklich 100% 1:1 übersetzen kann, dann stelle ich es mir halt wirklich nochmal schwerer vor. Es ist halt wirklich, ja, freie Übersetzung fand ich auch immer relativ schwer. Mir war es lieber, ich hatte wirklich so 100% meine Regeln, an die ich mich halten konnte und dann ab dafür. Hier mussten wir sowieso lang, stimmt. Als dass ich halt wirklich Sachen frei interpretieren musste, ist bei mir sowieso immer nur Käse rausgekommen. Naja, nicht immer, aber immer öfter. So. In Englisch ist das noch was anderes, aber ich habe ja auch Latein gemacht. Ich habe ja das Latinum. Und da war es halt teilweise wirklich tricky, finde ich.
Man, the capital sure is big.
Yeah, with historical buildings and artisans and all, there's much of interest here for a boy who loves to learn.
Uh-huh.
Sightseeing's nice and all, but don't wander off and get lost.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Don't worry about him. He can take care of himself.
I know, I was just saying.
Oh, hier haben wir direkt das erste Ausrufezeichen.
You look like travelers. I have some good news for you. The restrictions on travel to the Aldina Plains are going to be lifted soon. The road's opening back up!
So, that's the latest word on the streets?
Ha! I see what you did there.
I try to liven things up around here.
Well, ever since Lord Artorias became the Shepherd, demon attacks have gone down. The world's filled with hardships, but perhaps things are starting to go in the right direction.
Perhaps. The demons who nearly destroyed Halavis are still skipping about on the loose, though.
What?
And just the other day, a village near Isolde was destroyed by the demon blight. Guess the capital doesn't mind, though.
What?
Don't worry about it. Your shepherd and the abbey are going to save the world, right?
Listening to you has kinda gotten me all nervous again. If you hear any other scary stories, let me know, please.
I've got one with fresh blood, melted bodies. Oh, maybe that tale about the demon doll that comes alive!
If you're going to waste time, we're leaving you here.
Well, that's enough of this detour then. Sorry to be such a drag.
Wait! That doll one sounded really cool!
Sehr gut, die Dämonenangriffe nehmen ab, oder? Das behauptet zumindest die Abtei. Ja, das behaupten sie. Vielleicht aber auch nur, weil sie merken, dass ihnen so ein bisschen die Kontrolle flöten geht.
What's with this crowd?
Modulu's troupe just put on a real show. Man, it was the best. Her dancing was every bit as great as I'd heard.
Wow, the Modulu?
Surely you mean Mogilu! Has my time to bask in fame finally come at long last?
No, we're talking about Majulu, not Mogilu.
You know, Lulu, the famous dancer? She actually goes by the majestic Lulu, but everyone calls her Modulu.
Just watching the beauty of her dance, you can't help but feel like maybe everything's gonna turn out okay in the world.
Sounds like a pretty cheerful act she has.
Cheerful? This is all a ripoff! She's just trying to pass off as Mogilu's menagerie and profit from our good name!
What good name? We don't actually perform anything.
I was planning on getting started eventually, but now this con artist comes along and ruins everything!
I can't just ignore that, you know.
It's Modulu!
You did great today, Modulu. I loved it.
Thank you so much. But according to my teacher, I still have a long way to go. I'll work hard to do better next time, so I hope you'll come see me.
Modulu's teacher is a dancer named Balta, whose immense talent brought him all the fame in the world. But Balta suffered a tragic injury that took him forever from the stage, and now Modulu was working hard to carry out his dream.
So, you're Modulu then?
I am. My teacher and I work really hard to put on performances that'll leave a lasting impact. And I refuse to let anyone call me a phony.
Oh? And how do you propose to stop me? Taking it to the stage and seeing which one of us can better hold a crowd?
Yes, that's just what I was hoping for.
Lulu, don't go around picking petty fights.
But sir, this woman, she...
You should know better. If you have the energy to spare spitting vitriol at people, you should refocus that anger into moving your body. If you need to express yourself, do it on the stage.
Yes, sir. You're right. Teacher, is the pain acting up again?
It's no matter. What does pain compare to losing the ability to dance? Anyway, what matters is how you're holding up.
I'm fine, sir.
Good, then let's head back and practice some more.
He seems strict.
He does. But keep in mind that Balta recognized her talent at a young age. He even adopted her so he could pass on everything he knew. He might be strict, but only because he believes in her.
You sure know an awful lot about them.
I'm sort of a fan of theirs, you could say.
A teacher and his student, chasing after the same dream. What a sweet little story they have. That's why I think it's high time for Magilou's Menagerie to put on a show. And for our act, we'll be a comedy duo.
Comedy? Where'd you get that idea?
You heard me propose a challenge to little Majalou, right? But not one of you knows a single acrobatic trick.
Sorry. Don't apologize. You couldn't have seen this coming.
Well, you could act like you feel a little bad at least. Now, normally I'd make you guys do something flashy like jump through a ring of fire, but I'll be magnanimous and let you do comedy instead. With comedy, I can take control of the stage and keep things lively. I can feed you the audience on a platter.
But going on the same stage as Majalou, it's too much to handle.
Oh, I can't wait to take her down a peg or two.
I'm out. I don't even know why you're bothering. It's hopeless.
It's not hopeless. Plus, if we do well, we'll be raking in the dough. What better opportunity do we have to get started than now? After all, people will come thinking we're Majalou's troupe.
You're sure eager to profit off of her good name.
That's exactly the material I want. Keep throwing out such zingers and the audience will be in stitches.
I'm not sure I follow, but okay.
The only thing getting thrown out is gonna be you.
You know, I think you could pull off being the straight man in our act.
What? Keep your compliments to yourself.
This plan might sound dumb, but more money never hurts.
Eisen, not you too.
Then it's settled. Now we just need to book ourselves a few gigs. I've got an in with all the stage directors in town. For now, I think everyone should pair up so we can figure out just what sort of comedy chops you all have. Everybody?
Even me?
Certainly. Each one of you is a part of Magilou's Menagerie, after all.
I'm not so sure about this.
Das kann ja was geben. Magilous Menagerie gegen Magelou.
Whenever I hear Magilou's name, I can't help but think of Magilanica.
Magilanica? Who's that?
Oh, she's just a girl who worked as part of the freak show. Talked to spirits nobody else could see.
That's her, all right. She had many mysterious powers, like moving things without touching them and divining where people would find lost objects. For a time, people called her the Little Witch. She was pretty popular.
Thanks to her, the rest of the troupe took in plenty of cash. Or so I hear.
Yeah, but eventually they took it too far, and the kingdom tried them for heresy. I hear Magilanica was subjected to really brutal torture.
True fact. Everyone knows this story.
Well, I've never heard it.
That's not too surprising. It all took place when I was a young woman myself.
Remind me, Magilou. How old are you again?
What? How old would you say I am?
Well, from your reaction, I can at least tell you're not my age.
Oh je. Das kann alles noch was werden. So, was müssen wir denn jetzt machen hier? Tabata eine Taverne in Logres besuchen. So, gucken wir mal. Halt. Ich war schon richtig hier vorne. Allerdings überlege ich, ob wir das überhaupt jetzt noch machen. Ich würde sagen, wir hören uns auf jeden Fall dieses Ausrufezeichen noch an. In die Taverne können wir dann ja beim nächsten Mal gehen.
The nights are so cold of late. It's gotten harder to get flamestone, too.
I hear the port at Hellawes is at a near standstill. No matter how much flamestone they mine from Mount Killerhouse, they can't get it shipped out. I'm sure the Abbey is aware of the situation. It's not just us who are suffering. We have to endure.
Times like these is when we need to practice Lord Artorius' teachings. The many outweigh the individual.
Exactly. I'm sure Lord Artorius will think of us soon and send aid.
He doesn't give a damn about any of you.
How dare you!
The many outweigh the individual, right? Artorius wants to save humanity as a whole. Your individual troubles aren't important to him.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Aren't we part of the whole he wants to save?
What happy fools.
Sorry about that. She didn't get to see his speech, so she's been taking it out on everyone around her.
Really? What a troublesome kid.
But really, that speech was incredible.
Ah. Alle lassen sich an der Nase herumführen, aber gut. Wie will man oder wie kann man es ihnen verdenken? Sie kennen nicht das wahre Ich, sage ich mal, von Artorius. Gut, ihr Lieben, aber ich würde sagen, wie es dann weitergeht und was wir in der Taverne erfahren können, beziehungsweise was uns für einen Auftrag erwartet, das werden wir dann morgen in der nächsten Folge erfahren. Ich bedanke mich ganz herzlich bei euch fürs Zuschauen und verabschiede mich bis morgen. Tschüss!